Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's book talk. November is Native American Heritage Month, so I will be sharing books with you that highlight Native American characters. First up is The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. Arnold Spirit Jr., aka Junior, is 14 years old and lives on the Spokane Indian Reservation, which is located near Wellpinit, Washington. He doesn't have much going for him. He's small for his age, has bad eyesight, and was born with hydrocephalus, which is when fluid builds up in the brain. His condition causes him to have seizures, plus he stutters and has a lisp. To top all of that, his father is an alcoholic and his family is very poor. The reservation school that he attends is in fact so poor that Junior realizes that his geometry textbook was once used by his own mother. It's that old. Angered by the fact that his high school hasn't been able to afford new textbooks in decades, he throws it at his teacher, Mr. P, and breaks his nose. Fortunately for Junior, Mr. P senses that he would do better, possibly in another school, and convinces him to transfer to the Reardon High School, which is wealthier and primarily white. But will Junior excel at his new school? Will he be accepted by his new classmates? Will he go up for the basketball team? Well, you'll have to read The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian to find out. Next is Apple in the Middle by Don Quigley. 15-year-old Apple Starkington is quirky and possibly telepathic, which translates into her not having any friends. Plus, she's half Indian, but lives with her white dad, who is wealthy, and his wife. Apple is actually her given name, but it can also be used as a racial slur when a native person is seen as, quote, red on the outside, but white on the inside, unquote. She has complicated feelings about her indigenous side since her mom passed away literally minutes after she was born, and her father never seems to want to talk about her. So you can imagine Apple's surprise when her parents suggest that she spend the summer with her mom's family on the Turtle Mountain Chippewa Indian Reservation in North Dakota. Will she be able to connect with her grandmother and her other Chippewa or Ojibwe relatives after all this time? And will she ever be able to accept herself as two halves of a whole? You'll have to read Apple in the Middle to find out. Next is Code Talker, a novel about the Navajo Marines of World War II by Joseph Puchek. A lot of you are familiar with World War II, or should be familiar with that part of history. However, did you know that after Japan attacked the U.S. naval base of Pearl Harbor, the U.S. military began recruiting young men from the Navajo Nation? Did you also know that these young men were instrumental in helping the Allied forces defeat the Axis powers? Code Talker is a fictionalized account of one teen, Ned Begay, who enlisted in the U.S. Marines and learned how to send messages in his native language in an unbreakable code, thus making it possible for U.S. victories in Guam and Iwo Jima. It's a wonder that Ned would still be fluent in the Navajo language at all, since he was sent away to a boarding school years before, where speaking Navajo was forbidden, and students were severely punished if they were caught even speaking one word of it. Code Talker is a great read for anyone interested in this one classified part of history. All three books are available to borrow from a young adult area, which is located on the second floor of the Allentown Public Library. Incidentally, if you'd like to learn about the original inhabitants of the Lehigh Valley and eastern Pennsylvania, you can check out our books on the Lenape, who are also known as the Lenape, two N's and also one N, and the Delaware people. Thanks for watching, and join me next time for another YA Book Talk.